Hello everyone, and welcome back, technically, to the Renzi podcast on a more casual, special, don't know what you can call this one. As you can say by the title, which I haven't even thought up yet. This is gonna be more of a thank you. More of a thank you as we look back to a weird 2025. More of a thank you as I personally look back to a struggling 2025, a year that threw me for a loop, and as I've been saying, through many of us for a loop, many and unexpected times. And I did initially want to have a set of notes in front of me for this one of thoughts and stuff. But I decided to not, because if I am to stand here in front of this camera that I've stood for the past year and a half now with not that much changing, I wanted to do it as authentically as ever. Because you made 2025 way more special than it would have been. You kept me saying many times, as the ones that have been following me for a while now know, you've seen me through unexpected highs and unexpected lows. You've seen me having health scares. You've seen everything and anything, and it's not just my honor to actually have the privilege, up to a point, to stand here and cover the team that we love, cover any sport, have the ability to build on a platform that I created from scratch. It's not just that. It's an even bigger privilege, arguably, to actually sit here and know that a lot of you, as you've told me, have drawn smiles, comfort, even have kept yourselves busy with the incredibly stupid way I produce content. And the fact that I've been able to sit here and do for some people what many people on this platform have done for me before, that in and of itself is a dream come true, personally. And in addition to that, stuff that now happens almost daily is incredible and very extremely mind-blowing to me, at least. You've all stood by me on a brand level. You've all stood by me on a personal level. And through experiences and stuff like that, I've actually managed to go on and do stuff even a year and a half ago, when this all actually began with us getting banned on day one and having to rebrand immediately. This all seemed more than impossible. It was a risk. It always was. It was an idea that got called stupid. It was an idea that got called impossible. It was an idea that got called a waste of time. And so on and so forth. As many people have shared with their ideas. But I set out not to prove anyone wrong, even though I'm sure I have proved a lot of people wrong, and still have a lot on the way. But I set out to prove myself right. To prove that this insanely unique idea can become even greater than I thought. And we're only a year and a half in, and that's already happening. And I know that me saying this sounds a bit weird, sounds a bit repetitive, but I feel like I'm proving it, at least at certain points. This is just the goddamn beginning. We still have so much on the way. I'm working more effectively and more efficiently than ever, and I hope that comes through on the content. I really hope that comes through on the content. I'm learning daily. I'm learning daily on mistakes that I've kept making for a while and finally have been able to fix. I'm learning to avoid future mistakes, to upgrade the content, the graphs, more information, and so on and so forth. Again, a list endless. And even to keep learning and improving on what I want to do is a blessing in and of itself. And I'm very, very grateful. I don't usually tend to focus on numbers. I don't want to do that. It's not when I was at 10 subs and now that I'm at 338 followers and stuff. I don't tend to look at that. But sometimes when I just take a step back and see the growth that the platforms have had this year and the people that I've shared moments alongside, from the smallest to the biggest, to collabs, to the giveaway, to anything and everything, we've managed to do stuff that a lot of people haven't, and a lot of people never will. But the most important thing for me, the most important thing above all, right alongside the relationships that I've built through this show, is that in a space where toxicity just prevails in a majority, especially online, we've managed to already show that building a community, no matter the size, where you can freely speak your mind, you can freely say your opinion, you can filter out information. A lot of you have called me out on my BS a lot of times, and you've rightfully done so, because my biggest teacher in this moment is your criticism. That's why I welcome it so much. The main thing and the main motivation for this whole endeavor is interaction. Messages, comments, collabs, as I said, opinions, questions, the live chats. This is all what this is driven for and from the community, you guys. Because as sappy and as cringy as it may sound, this wouldn't happen without the support I'm getting. Even, as I mentioned earlier, even in the lowest of times this year, you've all supported me more than unconditionally. I don't even know the word for that. And you've shown me that this can be not just what I imagine, but even bigger. And that's by a long shot. Every hardship, every problem, and everything that's popped up has been not just beaten, but completely demolished because of all of you. And that's nowhere near an exaggeration. And after all, I almost sounded like that after all, I'm nothing professional, and I've said this many times. I've just been lucky enough to be given a chance to do something, to give a voice to fans in a league, in a country, in a fandom where opinions are not just overlooked, but hunted for up until a certain level. I've had the privilege to agree with you all, to disagree with you all, to discuss, to receive love, to receive hate, to do everything in between. There's no words to thank you for how you shaped 2025 for me. Because compared to 2024, the few months that this was running, 2025 was a whole different league. And moving forward, 2026 is going to be non-comparative to what happened the previous two. The things that we are going to achieve this year are unimaginable. And if I've ever made you all a promise, this is going to be the biggest one in 2026. We're doing things in this space that have never even been thought about before. I've had the pleasure to bring you all the Red Sea Chronicles, for example, which is something that you all have loved, absolutely loved. I've had the pleasure to bring you all my type of scouting reports, which we together have dubbed the transfer chatter, which you all have loved again. The shows from the worst one to the best one, the vlogs from the worst one to the best one, my broader aspect of information now, covering everything about the Erasitechni and getting even more love for all of that by giving the teams and the aspects of Olympiacos the attention they deserve that they don't get through media, through coverage or anything. They don't get the attention they deserve. And I'm one of the few that now has the ability to do that. And you all have supported that to the fullest as well. You know, it's unbelievable after a point. It's insane to me what. And I know that there's gonna be people that call my reactions, my opinions, fake, cringy, and all that, because that's usually what happens. But through my eyes, through this camera, through the comments, through the messages, through anything I can do on the daily, the posts and stuff, as time goes on, I feel an incredible sense of pride. Not just for what I do, but for what it gives all of you. Whether that's a laugh, whether that's discussion, whether that's information, whether that's everything in between. It's an eternal sense of pride and an unbelievable way of being grateful. So I don't take this to the 3 hours I can easily talk and actually leave it to a manageable and watchable 15 to 20 minutes. There is a lot of plans coming in 26 that should have been here. Some should have started by now. But stuff happened and life happened, and I sincerely apologize for that. And that's another thing that even when I've messed up and didn't deliver as I should, because there have been moments where whether life happened or anything happened, or I couldn't find a way to do something I wanted, or I fell back on scheduling, or I missed a show, I missed a game. You've all been here. You've all been here non-stop. And the thank you isn't enough. It really isn't. So stuff that should have been here is gonna come past. Stuff that was planned for 2026 is gonna be even better than originally imagined. More people will be on the show, more ideas will come up, platforms, extra projects, better way to inform, more involvement with all of you, which again is the most important thing for this show. And most importantly, more honesty, more genuine content, and more chaos, of course. Thank you for making 2025 what it was. Because if it wasn't for this and all of you, this year would have been even more of a hell than it presented itself as. 2026 is going to be big, it's going to be huge. And I mean that with all my goddamn heart. Από τα βάθη της καρδιάς μου, πραγματικά. Ευχαριστώ όσο δεν περιγράφεται από καμία λέξη. Σας εύχομαι τα καλύτερα. Μια απίστευτη παραμονή. Θα προσπαθήσω αυτό να το βγάλω μεσημεράκι παραμονής, περίπου, ίσως και λίγο πιο πριν. Οπότε σας εύχομαι μια απίστευτη παραμονή, μια απίστευτη πρωτοχρονιά και ας καταφέρουμε όλοι το 26 να εκτιμήσουμε παραπάνω πράγματα, να κοιτάξουμε λίγο παραπάνω το καλό μας και τον εαυτό μας και τους δικούς μας, τους αγαπημένους μας και πραγματικά εύχομαι να χαμογελάτε όλοι όσο φροντίζετε να χαμογελάω και να είμαι καλά εγώ. Παραξενεύομαι που με πιάσανε τα κλάματα. Αλλά ελπίζω να καταλαβαίνετε όλοι το ότι αυτά τα λέω. Όπως πάντα, από τα βάθη της καρδιάς. I'll see you all in the new year, live, with a lot more personal successes and a lot more Olympiacos successes as well. So, for one true final time in 2025, thank you.